welcome to the podcast. Good to have you along on a beautiful,
gorgeous out, Dean. When I was
shorts?
running around the lake this morning, like I get up and I do my exercise, take my shirt off,
touch
do
your
the
toes,
sunbathing, some deep knee bends,
sun Uranus, all that stuff. Just getting ready for the day.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know what I was talking about, but
Beautiful stuff. The podcast is a presentation of Bet365. Get into the action, folks. Stanley Cup playoffs are on. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah. Whatever your bet is, never ordinary at Bet365. Get the app, get into the game, be 19 or older, and use a little super chat action.
Be better than yesterday, people.
Dry.
Come on.
Maybe it was us. I don't know. Maybe.
Probably
we were dry. Yeah, absolutely.
Could have been us. Yeah.
You can inspire us.
Yeah. Youth Centers of Calgary will benefit from the donations that you put into the live show.
YCC. Yeah, you know me.
And we'll put the on the program.
You down with YCC?
Oh.
Yeah.
You know me.
I mean, yeah.
I really feel like we need the Freddie Flintstone for the Bet365. Can we do that, or is that?
I'm not sure.
Anyway,
the whole thing, I'm not sure what's kind of.
You do that outside of the segment, we're fine.
Yeah, it's kind of. I can do this, but you can't do that. Should you do this? Yeah. I don't know.
Well, we're here to conform.
Yeah. I brought in treats. I was out and about this morning, running around. I figured, I'm going to stop in at the old Glamorgan Bakery.
You dirty devil, you!
I did, dirty dog that I am. And the cheese buns were still warm when I grabbed the bag off of the shelf, and I also grabbed some donuts. And I know that you're not really a sweet guy, and you've already had a cheese bun,
but
I will put out there, no one. And I mean no one puts more jelly in their jelly donut.
Shut up.
Than the Glamorgan Bakery.
Dive in.
Are you kidding me?
I wouldn't.
It's a huge claim.
I wouldn't lie to you.
Oh, it's got me beat.
No, it's just tape.
I know it's got me beat.
Oh, okay.
Just have to be smarter than that tape, right? That's all you need to do to get into the donuts.
Yeah, it's got me. Yeah.
Shit. I've 0-1.
It's probably good though. Do you like a jelly? See, now Jack has been. He's a health nut. He's a fitness freak these days. He looks great, losing weight.
God, you look good.
Looking so good.
A couple days.
I put the cheese buns and the donuts down in front of old Jackie boy.
I haven't attacked it yet.
No sale.
I don't think I'll get out of here without having one.
All right. I don't want to, be a bad influence.
No, you're a great influence.
Need some help there, big guy?
Just take like a pen and kind of give it one.
I think I got it.
Got it?
Do you?
Oh, lots of fires in Northern Sask.
Oh, see, it keeps the spirits high.
I was just thinking.
Keep them high.
Oh, they are plumb full.
They actually, the lady
sweets either.
who gave who passed the box, she says, now be careful when you're eating those because they're very full, and you just never know. What's that face?
Very full. What do you mean?
Of jelly.
Jelly.
Yeah.
Sorry, I spaced out there. Are we?
I know you did. I could see it. You were
That's
gone.
why you went at me. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
What?
And deservedly so. So, are we eating these on the show?
I would. That's we talked about them and opened the box.
I need to look.
It's sugary.
Powdered sugar.
Because what will happen is you'll take a bite and then you'll be able to show to the class how much jelly is.
They look plumb full.
They are plumb full.
That's right after Thanksgiving dinner right there.
Oh, baby. When are we doing this? Right now?
Sure.
Go ahead. I don't need sweets.
Talk about that effing game last night, or we could have donuts.
Let's say donuts, Dean.
Let there be donuts.
Look at the size of this thing.
There be donuts.
Yeah.
What are those donuts in Hawaii? They've got a fancy name, and they're chock full of stuff.
I don't know.
Do you remember?
No.
You've had them?
No.
I'm going to look it up.
Well,
I hope it explodes down your shirt. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's more than normal.
Man.
That's more than normal.
Big blurb.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What is it? A blurb? Yeah, it's a big blurbo jam in there.
Now, remind me, where am I going after work today?
Yeah.
Jim?
Probably to sleep, but the dentist.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Please.
Ryan.
Yeah, we'll wrap things up quickly on the pro. Let's get to the opening statements from McLeod Law and Morgan Bakery, I guess. McLeod Law, they're sweet. They're full of sweetness over there.
Unless
to be outdone.
You don't want them to be. Sweet
Oh,
to
with
you.
you, if you're, if they're on your side,
Sweet to their clients.
they're sweet as pie. But do not get on the wrong side of Peter Klein and those guys over there. Those men and women, they will take you down.
Wielding a sledgehammer.
Yep, they will litigate the pants right off you if you're not careful. They are the very best. They are Calgary. They are here. They know about the city. They live here. They are our people. They care about the city. That's what we love about them. And they give back continually to our community and happen to be the very best at what they do. McLeod-law.com. You can find them on social media at McLeod Law LLP, all that sort of thing. So thank you to McLeod.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
LLP.
LLP.
I'm on a roll.
The Oilers do it again.
Malasadas. Malasadas.
That's the Hawaiian.
That's the Hawaiian donut.
We
If
had
you
the
get a chance.
shave ice, where it's like a snow cone.
That
kind
is
of thing.
the lamest thing ever.
They're
Like,
very
when-
proud of them.
in the 1910s.
Really?
I love them.
That was a cool thing.
Yeah, totally.
Shaved ice.
When like
Now,
refrigerators were new.
I have a fridge full of ice, and I can have it shaved or cubed, and then I could just throw juice on it.
Yeah, it's a little different than
No,
it's.
not.
It's
I'm not saying it's
old-timey, I'm
better.
with you.
It is a little different. It's more like snow than it is,
So they got a better grinder.
I guess.
Anyway,
I guess.
who am I to F-talk someone?
I was going to say,
I'm all positive.
keeping spirits
you.
high.
I had a great sleep.
Jack, do you want a donut or a cheese bun?
I'm good for now.
Come on,
Jack,
now.
what's the story here?
Eat.
What do
Are you
Practice
fasting
for
like Red?
Friday, you chicken. I saw the group chat. You're wimping out already. He's basically
I
throwing
wasn't
in the
wi- I
towel.
wasn't
Folks,
wimping out.
Jack has quit on this event.
The group chat was a little
Who's in your group chat?
the buddies that
All
are
your
coming.
dummies.
All the
friends,
dummy
yeah.
friends. I sent the photo of the dogs.
Chickens.
Yeah, they were.
So they saw the photo that we put on the show.
Yes.
Greg Keller at Bonton is our hot dog supplier for the 999 on Friday, and he showed the product sitting and waiting anxiously to be consumed and devoured in his freezer. And all of a sudden, fear set in,
Fear set in.
trepidation.
First message was, "That's fucked. Those dogs look fucked. How are you supposed to eat 9 of those?"
Question is, are those regulation dogs?
Here we go with the Pinder rule chain.
No, I'm gonna try to do the 9. I don't really care. I'm curious. I'm now eagerly anticipating looking at the first dog and say like, oh, it was a bad camera angle, or like, we're in one.
I think you're in one.
You have at least been upfront about this the whole time. You've not been braggy saying this is a tap in.
I could do this
Jack
in 30 minutes.
and his idiot friends.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, so I can appreciate where you're coming from.
I
You've been
drank 9
concerned
beers in
about the
2
dogs. You've been concerned about the buns, the beer. You're all set. You think you can handle. There's other people in the room that have had a very strong opinion of how it's going to go down, and all of a sudden, a little adversity, Dean.
Yeah.
This is what you
A
show
little
you're made of,
adversity
Jack.
comes up.
I'm not the
and-
one panicking. Wasn't me.
So you're
Sure,
fine.
idiot.
Even
buddy.
yesterday,
yeah.
you started to.
No, I just told you what my strategy was going to be. I wasn't. I'm
Well,
not
then you
worried
saw the
about it.
dogs, and you
For those that weren't listening or watching, what is the strategy that? So again, the 999, we can throw it up, is coming up on Friday.
Friday.
Now, as far as I guess being a competitor, we're sold
Yeah.
out.
If you want to do the 999, you can't.
Yeah,
Basically, you'd have to buy each dog
you
individually.
can. I mean, you can come and
There's
have
25 competitors in total. You can come buy a general admission ticket, have a dog and a beer, alcoholic or non, up to you, and watch the show.
That's right. Now, the show being people doing the 999, not this show.
Baseball.
Correct.
and-
Yeah. Just watch idiots do idiot things with Jack's idiot buddies.
9 beers, 9 dogs, 9 innings of baseball. It's the Blue Jays and the A's. It'll be on the screens in the alley at Greta. Thank you to Greta for putting it on and hosting us. Origin Brewing, of course, supplying the Barn Burner Blondes. Bonton Meats coming through with the hot dogs, which are now under scrutiny.
Heavy scrutiny.
Yeah. And again, it's just,
Wrongfully so.
I think we all hit our heads what the dogs were. And the pitcher was like, oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
Is this a bad angle? Is that a weird fridge? Is he standing zoomed in? I don't know.
it could be.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
It's a layer of
Is he
intrigue, though. A little
sadistic?
bit of drama.
Yeah, it's
Am
something.
I picking him up?
No, dogs are handled.
Oh.
Casey's on top of things.
Because Greg texted me and said, "Hey, if you pop by, I might have a side of potato salad."
Well, you're going to be picking them up then.
Kind of was hoping.
Yeah.
I was hoping to look like
That's
a good
like,
guy.
we really could use
but
a middleman
yeah.
here. Why would the guy at the restaurant get it when I can pick him up and then take to the guy at the restaurant?
Yeah. See, those are the types of things when you need to have a little angle. It's like, well, hey, Rhett, can you do this for us?
Sure, I got this.
I'm going to be pretty busy. There might be some potato salad, maybe
Calendar just opened.
some tacos, or just find not just something that's in, it's like all of us. It was like when you're part of the media, which of course we're not. But if a sporting association or somebody had a press conference and they wanted some publicity for it, well, we'll hold a little thing and invite the media. Oh yeah, lunch will be served. Done.
In
All the loser media will
Free
be
food,
there.
baby.
Yeah.
good.
I was at one in Red Deer one time, and I don't know who it was, and they made a
Yes, you did.
huge mistake.
Bad food.
No, great food. They held it at the Mongoli Grill,
Oh, Noodles and Sean
and they
Donovan
just
used
said,
to
everybody, you guys can
love-
just kind of do your thing, and then we'll have the event. If you've not been to the Mongoli Grill, it's
So good.
you just you get a plate, and then you fill it full of the meats and all of the stir
Whatever
fry
you just
goodness,
wanna-
and then you pour sauces, and then by weight they charge you
Yes.
by how heavy your plate is.
Mhm.
That was an expensive day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, whatever that event or out of business, they did not turn a
Mhm.
profit
Hopefully it's not the donut mill.
because the media can't do much, but they can eat. No one loves a free meal.
McGillicuddy Incorporated
That's
wanted
right.
to do a little PR.
Yeah.
Out of business
Feel bad
already.
for them. Last night, is it the Western Conference Final?
It's
Yeah.
There was one game last night. It doesn't matter what game it was. There was just one.
There was one game, and the Oilers win it.
2-1.
With
4-1.
a couple empty netters. Yep.
Yeah, 2-1. Empty nets.
Derp.
Stars were better to start. First 10 minutes.
Stars had enough chances to win, but they got to start burying.
Shots 8-2. They had an early power play 4 minutes in that they didn't capitalize on. The shot attempts, they were putting it on the broadcast, 21-6, 32-11.
Mm-hmm.
They were in good shape.
And then
But then they take a penalty, and the Oilers go on the power play, and they score. Leon.
it's very good.
Leon's a very good player, very good player. He doesn't need we can look at it, Jack. We'll allow it.
You're in a high
look at
danger area. Don't pass it away from you.
Look at this.
And they showed there was not much room because Ottinger got over in plenty of time.
He knows
in a
it's
way,
happening, right? Yeah.
but it's just that little
There's a pocket.
just little kind of a mail slot, and he put it right in there. So that made it 1-0.
That's fine. They were playing good. The Stars.
Yeah.
They got
They didn't
Sit
crumble.
back. Crumble.
No, didn't do it.
Apple crumble.
They would get to the second
Peach.
period.
It's got to be Peach.
They would go on a power play. Jason Robertson, who was milk carton,
Much maligned.
first, do the Stars. Not recommend.
Stop. All that guy has to do is block the pass across.
It's true. Don't get sucked in.
You don't-
Let Ottinger handle the shot. Bad angle.
Try to tell kids and coach and all. You can't overdo it. And at worst, you turn and take Perry because your goalie will stop this puck if this guy walks out, and you'll get help from your teammates.
Yeah.
Stop. Lay down. If that defenseman lays down, if he can sauce it over you to Perry, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go it.
Yeah, he's got these
Even if you
close.
stay right there. I like laying down. And the other thing, Dean, because you're listening so closely.
I'm intent.
See how he's on the close side post? A lot of guys will lay down on the backside post, take away that pass.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it banks in off you.
Mhm.
So you want to lay down on the front side post.
Makes sense.
Because if it banks off you, it's
Right.
not gonna
Then
go
you're a
well.
horse's ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half-asses it. That's what that is.
Exactly. Eliminate the whole pass. Right? And it's because you're taught to stay on your feet, but you can get up.
Yeah, and being on one knee didn't help. It opened a hole in your legs. You were kind of no man. Am I blocking it? Am I?
Well, and his angle
Up
is
or
all
down.
effed up. That's the other thing. Kids will go down and they'll be straight square with the passer. They're not turned
Mhm.
sideways to
Yeah.
take away the lane.
So there you. I mean, then yeah, 2 empty netters.
And then Bob's your uncle?
Yeah,
We had
kind
an
of.
Uncle Bob.
Yeah, old Bob.
So it's been 9-1 in goals for Edmonton this run that they're on. If I'm correct.
Haven't the
Well, it was
stupid
6-3
Stars
Dallas.
only scored 1 goal?
Yeah,
in
it was
the last
6-3 in
5?
game 1, and it's been 13-2 since.
And they're 2-2. Okay. So, and then it's like the 9-1 was somewhere in there, obviously, but
Obviously,
they're not gonna play it here. Like Edmonton is in control and they haven't made them sweat enough, in my opinion. But they're creating chances. Skinner's been very good. And at the other end, like it's a 2-1 game last night. You needed to make one more play, and you had a lot of opportunities to make one more play. You didn't.
yeah, they were better last night. Game 3,
Second
we
period,
talked about. They
game 3.
just looked lethargic and slow, and they just
Second period was very good for them. I
they
think, game 3.
they were okay. But when you have Duchesne with 1 goal in the playoffs, Ben has yet to score, I believe. Johnston, 0 in his last 7. Hintz, nothing in 6. Rantanen, nothing in his last 7. It's a lot of nothings. That's
Well,
how
yeah.
you get 2 goals in
Totally.
the last 3 games.
And it's like the process, I think, is okay. It's not great. The results have not been good. And so what do you do? Because it's not like this is an 82-game season. Stick with the process. Like the results matter. You need to start scoring goals. Like out chancing the Oilers doesn't mean shit at this point. You need to win games.
They're cooked.
Bad news for the Oilers, and there has not been much bad news since the middle of round 1, it feels like.
No.
You can take a look at it here. Mason Marchment comes into contact. So
The rope slash from Nurse. Like it looks like a play
Yeah.
you see 1,000 times in a game, but at the wrong angle at the wrong time. Oh, something's in the wrong. Ow.
So a definite loss for them. It was Nugent, Hopkins,
That's a
McDavid,
vicious
and Hyman.
hit, Dean. I think they should
Okay.
suspend him.
Throw the
I
book,
think
eh?
this
Yeah.
is brutal. Call George. Get him on the phone. Let's get this done.
Okay.
This is BS. Zach Hyman, Dean.
I know.
One of our stars.
Yeah.
He's playing for Canada's team.
I thought that was Florida.
Well, he was
Elbows up, Dean.
going to play for Canada at the
Didn't invite it.
but
The
they
fake
didn't-
Olympics.
Yeah,
The faux
didn't
Olympics.
get there. So now the question for Oilers Nation is who will fill them shoes left by Hyman? Will it
Skinnamarink-y doo.
is Jeff-
Skinnamarink-y doo.
Jeff?
I love.
So the narrative on Jeff Skinner is quite something because he comes into the league at 18. I think he makes
Yes.
the
Sick, he
league
might have scored 30
out of
his rookie
nowhere.
year.
and has an incredible year in Carolina. Productive. Never really on good teams, not his fault. And finally gets bought out by Buffalo after signing a huge deal there and comes to Edmonton on I'm already getting paid by this one team. I'll come in 1 year. Let's go. Plays 1 game in the LA series. They healthy scratch him. He's only played 1 game since. And he was the largest number of games in the NHL to never have played a playoff game.
Oh, nice.
So after all that waiting, it's like, all right, now it's your time, Jeff. Like, actually, we're going to put in Kasperi Kapanen for
Boy,
you.
we really
we've
thought
got,
you'd be able
We've
to
got,
elevate your
Vasily
Podkolzin.
Podkolzin instead.
Yeah.
Felt
got
like
this-
you'd be excited to elevate your game.
And so they may indeed,
Matthew Savoie.
yeah, not quite there yet, but yeah, like they might go in. But here's the other thing: it doesn't sound like Matthias Ekholm is a long, long way away. Could you go 11-7?
That's
Stupid.
Well, I mean, yeah, and this is all
7
means.
defensemen sucks. I'm sorry.
what if one guy's
You're either ready to play or you're not. If playing 5 minutes doesn't fucking help. Sorry.
and it was the Winnipeg series that Dallas did that when Heiskanen came back, but they've abandoned it pretty quickly.
It's shitty. I'm sorry. If I'm the 7th, just fucking sit me, coach.
Yeah.
I don't want to go every 8th shift.
Or just be alternating with different guys and this and that, right?
Not-
Yeah.
Even the alter. It's just no. I mean, I'm not saying they won't do it. I'm saying as a defenseman, F that.
I can see why they may. We'll get to James's standing by, but especially with Ekholm, if they want to ease him in
I don't.
rather than
Like I just said,
play
my
20.
opinion
I know,
is you
I
either
know.
fucking.
Yeah, they're up 3-1 too. They're not desperate. Yeah.
Let's go to the insider hotline presentation of Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. How's that AC treating you, everybody?
Oh,
Hey?
turn it on last
So
night.
good.
Oh, man.
So good.
Woohoo! Get 10% off a new air conditioner and a free year of preventative maintenance. Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. They are the best. I said it yesterday. They showed up at my house. They did this repair. I didn't even know they were there.
Zoop in, out, done. Done right.
Yeah, there's some guys were here today. They fixed the what?
Amazing.
That's how you like it. Crystal Waters, plumbing and heating, your crystal clear choice for home comfort. CrystalClearCalgary.com. Insider hotline from TSN.
What was your Mongolian beef order?
Jamie McLennan.
Mongolian Grill.
Mongolian Grill. Yeah.
It was chicken, it was beef, and it was some noodles in there with some rice, and that was it. There's no vegetables, no nothing. A little teriyaki sauce.
That was your sauce? Was the teriyaki?
Yeah, I just bought some. I literally just put some.
Yeah. I was saying years ago we were at a media event in Red Deer. That's how if you had a press conference, you want people to actually show up for it. You give them food, feed them.
Yeah.
And they had a Mongolian Grill press conference, so they allowed the media to go and just Phil, go through. You know how to do it. Where you get you pay by the weight at the Mongolian Grill.
There'd be some media members that would go broke.
Oh,
there's some heifers in the media that would go.
Heifers.
You'd have to install a speed bump if it was free. Put it that way. Because I'll tell you what, and you know what, this guy in the middle there, in this swear jar, man, you were out of control already. I would go 11-7. I know as a former defenseman,
I hated it.
I know you hated it, but put it this way: Ekholm or Jeff Skinner. I go Ekholm, and I'm trying to get him because if you believe you're going to win this series, you need Ekholm firing on all cylinders for the Florida Panthers. So that's really because Ekholm is timing. Like Rhett, you speak to it. I get it. He's a special player. He's a good player, but in the end, he hasn't played a lot, especially down the stretch. So your timing. This guy's not jumping on a moving train in February or in March. He's jumping on a moving train in June. And like I say, give him I wouldn't call him a free game because I think Dallas has a chance to get back in this series. But in the end, I think it's, it's more about like giving him an opportunity. It's not going to be 5 minutes. It might be 12 instead of 15 or 17. That's the only difference. And again, you don't get to control last change on the road in game 5. So I don't know what Skinner brings to the table other than
speed.
Yeah, but he's not speedy anymore.
Being a smart ass.
He's been out since April 11th, to your point, Noodles. So we're talking like a month and a half.
And
he's a veteran. Put him in and let him play.
No, who are we talking?
The thing is Ekholm's a 1 or he's a 2, we'll call it, behind Bouchard or with Bouchard. Do you put him right back in at 22 minutes? So now all of a sudden you're jamming Bouchard up or whoever plays with Bouchard. Like, to me, it's finding.
No, I don't watch the Oilers because I hate them. Who's their 5-6?
It's Stetcher right now and Tua
together, and then be Emberson and Wallman.
Well, I'd kick Stetcher's ass out of the lineup and let Ekholm play, and whatever minutes he gets. He's played the game forever. He missed a month and a half. He doesn't need to.
But you've got the Hyman spot to fill.
So what I'm saying is, right now,
you put
Nurse and
Stetcher's out. Skinner, I don't care if it's Skinner. Put the kid in. Savoy, he said. I'm not pulled for Skinner.
That's the other thing.
I'm just being a selfish team trying to argue. Quit arguing.
Savoy's not an NHL player right now. And you know what? In Dallas, last change, Dallas does play a heavier game. I think I would much rather – you heard last night, or you didn't hear, but I heard Knobloch talking about it. By the end of the second period, Draisaitl had played 11 minutes, just over 11 minutes. So he told him after the second period, I'm doubling you up. So what you're going to do, you're trying to have a dagger of a game. So you find more ice time for 11 guys as opposed to just throwing in the token guy, Jeff Skinner, and finding 8 to 11 minutes for him. I'd rather give those 8 to 11 minutes to RNH, to McDavid, to Draisaitl, to Kane, to guys who are going to play at the top of the roster instead of going, hey, Jeff Skinner, this isn't a charity case.
You're going to roll 3 lines. And what the hell difference does it make?
I guess my point is you roll 3.5 lines and you find an extra shift or 2 for McDavid, Draisaitl, RNH, Kane, and you also can get Ekholm. This isn't a free game, but it's a free, it's bleeding him into the lineup instead of going feast or famine. Go sink or swim on the road, and if you get trapped out in the second period on a long change and a 2.5-minute shift, it might kill you, and you might not recover in that game. And keep in mind, I don't know what the nature of the injury was. I believe people said it's the back or groin or some mid body injury. This guy's not throwing the body around. Like, I'm more worried about that. Like, he's a big physical guy. Is he going to be able to handle the physical rigors? And Rhett, you could speak to it. I didn't play D.
Yeah, but here's the question. I'm arguing just to argue.
Right.
But
it's actually my job here.
That's your job. Sorry. If he's injured and he comes back and he can't handle the physicality of it, it's not whether he plays 5 minutes or 10 minutes that's going to determine that.
It's a good point.
Right? Like you're either hurt and you can't handle it or you can.
Yeah.
It's not 5 or 8 minutes or 10 minutes that makes the difference.
I guess
timing, your speed. Some of us coached in the NHL and some of us didn't because they got blacklisted and they hung out with these two losers. And some of us had a career and actually did the job. So we should probably.
Well, no, but what I guess my thought process too, Rhett. My thought process. Sorry, my thought process is more about. I was thinking Brett Kulak. This isn't a free game for him, but I'd much rather get Ekholm into game action and not hurt, not hurt the integrity of what they have going on in the back end. Keep in mind, Stetcher's played very well with Nurse, and Kulak's played well with Bouchard. Wollman's played well. Like you look at this group as a six-pack, they've done the job, and they haven't just done the job. Like this Klingberg looks like the Klingberg from Dallas years ago. It's crazy. But I don't want to upset the apple cart. So, to your point, if you believe that six is just doing the job, then keep Ekholm out another game. But I'd much rather have him, his first game being game 5, than 6 or 7, if it's necessary. That's my biggest thing for Ekholm.
So let's look at the forward group. You now have seen Podkolzin, Arvidsson, Kapanen, guys that have been in the stands or in the rafters watching, playing. The loss of Hyman, what does that do to how much you like them moving forward?
Well, it's a massive blow. I mean, I look at Florida without Sam Reinhart. There's a guy who scored 50. I know Hyman's more of a 35 guy, but a top-tier guy who's been the most physical guy in the playoffs. Scott, he had 2 hits in 3 minutes yesterday before he got hurt.
He almost had matched his season high for a regular season in this playoffs.
Right. You're right. That's the crazy thing. Yeah. So I don't think you replace him. What you do is you give a different look, because you're not going to go, Corey Perry, you go play like Zach Hyman. He can't skate like him. He's not going to get in on the forecheck. Now, Perry's a crafty player. What what I'd like to see do is a guy like Kapanen, who has all of the tools to do it. He's just wildly inconsistent, and I don't think he has the toolbox. I don't think he thinks the game at a high rate like Zach Hyman does. But if he's a programmable player, I think it's amazing. Knobloch has really been able to kind of find things, and his in-game adjustments or his hunches on players have been great so far. Arvidsson comes out, Kapanen goes in. It's like, need a little bit more speed and physicality there. All of a sudden, Kapanen finds the game-winning goal against Vegas. But keep in mind, it was Draisaitl who wasn't playing his best hockey, and it's like you're going to play with Kapanen and Podkolzin, 2 straight-line guys who aren't overly skilled, although Kapanen, I think, has skill. I think Podkolzin's a hard-working, heavy player, but it's like you go out and play a shutdown role, Draisaitl. And Draisaitl, to his credit, has been up for these challenges, because it's not about winning a Hart or a Rocket. No, these guys have done all that. It's about winning. And Draisaitl, I think, has been able to, regardless of who you put with him, he makes them good. So I that's where I think if you go 11, you can start the blender going and go, as long as you have a combination of 2 guys that you're really comfortable with, you can throw a third out there. So whether it's Skinner or it's, Podkolzin or it's you name it, Kapanen, they've been producing. I think Hyman's a massive blow, but so was Connor Brown. Connor Brown was playing really well for them. Now it sounds like Brown would probably be available game 6 or 7, depending on if it's a calendar week for a concussion and how the protocol, all of that is for him. But, this is a massive blow. You're not replacing Hyman. What you're doing is throwing a different look at it. And they are lucky that they do have some depth there, because Corey Perry, has really seamlessly transitioned to their power play into that net front backdoor option for them. We saw it last night. RNH passed it to him.
Yeah, I'd love to give that guy credit. It just kills me to watch because I was thinking about, you think about last year, we talk about all the time. It's hard. You don't just get back. You just, it looks like the same two teams are going to get back. But Corey Perry was in and out of the lineup last playoff. They'd play him for a game or two, and then he'd sit for a game or two. Right now, he's moved up to the second line. He's on the power play. He looks as good as he has in the last 3-4 years, I would think. And I was going to, you kind of touched on it there for a guy like Leon. You've got your points now. Be more well-rounded. But what's happened to the Stars offense? It's milk carton across the board for so many of these guys. Now it's back-to-back games for Robertson, but Ben is nothing. Duchesne has the one goal that he scored in that comeback in game 1. Johnston, nothing in 7. Hintz injured, I guess, nothing in 6. And even Rantanen had that 9-goal surge. He has 0 in his last 7. How much of that is Edmonton D, and just how much of it is them shitting themselves at the worst?
Well, I mean, I want to say 50-50. I mean, ultimately, Dallas had 22 high danger chances last night. That was the Sportlogic analytics, like 22-11. So it's not like Dallas has just been stifled. It's, yes, they had 39 shot attempts in the first period. So, Pete DeBoer even said afterwards, like 15 missed nets. How about hit the goalie, look for a rebound, force some chaos there, or pick a corner instead of missing the net. Yeah. So they've generated a lot. The one thing Edmonton, and I will give them full credit for, is under siege. When there are pockets of the game where they don't have control of it, they're able to find a way out of it. They're a resilient group. Now the goaltender putting his gear on now actually looks like he's given them an opportunity. Honestly,
he's so inconsistent. It's maddening. Like, how is this the same guy from the LA series that couldn't stop a beach ball? Like, it is wild. This guy, I don't know that I can think of a goalie whose floor is so low and his ceiling is so high. He's had 2 games where he hasn't either been a shutout or like 5+. It's wild.
You're 100% right. Now, the one thing I would argue on is those first 2 games in LA, there was a time where, can you remember? It was breakaway after breakaway after 2-on-1. You're like, what the hell is going on? Like, it didn't matter who was in net. It was, they were going to get rinsed with how poorly Edmonton was playing. Like, I'm thinking of, Fogle on a breakaway. I'm thinking of Deneau on like off the top of my head, I'm like visioning these breakaways. Now there's going to be breakdowns. There's going to be a puck bounces over a stick here or there. We saw it, game 1. Draisaitl loses that puck and Sagan goes in and scores, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's a missed assignment. But you're right. Like, Stuart Skinner it's Jekyll and Hyde. But I do think it goes hand in hand with how well the team plays in front of him. They know what his limitations are. They're doing a good job taking away seam plays and backdoor plays. But Dallas is a little bit snake bitten as well. I mean, it's not like they're not getting looks. They're getting looks, but they're missing the net, or Skinner's making a good save, or, it's missed opportunities. But that's where you worry on night if you're an Edmonton fan, that if they put it together, they might put up a 6 or 7 spot and dummy you.
Yeah, if this is a 1 or 2 week stretch in the regular season, you're like, process is great. Like, they've had a chance in 3 of the 4 games. Doesn't feel like it. And it looks like Edmonton's been in control more. I think they have. But
yeah,
it's one of those things where you're not going to shoot 8% all year. But in a series, maybe you can. I don't know.
Well,
small sample.
You can. And then you also throw into it is you're not playing a team that doesn't have the capability to be opportunists.
Right.
You give 11 high-quality chances to a team like Edmonton, where 97 and 29's getting a few of them. Like, you might be dragging it out of your net. This RNH is all of a sudden, his game is really rounded out. So their power play's woken up. Their penalty kill's been sharp. For the most part, I think Evan Bouchard, you want to talk about Jekyll and Hyde. That's the same thing with Skinner is Evan Bouchard. There are times where you go, hey, Brett, like, you could speak to it. What the hell's this guy doing? And then he looks like Bobby Orr some nights.
Oh, it's unbelievable. He's frustrating. And not to take any credit off of what he's doing and how well he's playing, but I wanted to ask you this. We mentioned Knobloch and what a good job he's doing, and I think it's top shelf. I really do.
Yeah.
Klingberg to me, and people have mentioned him, but I don't think it's been mentioned enough. When he went in and started to play, everything turned around for this team.
100%.
Everything.
You know why? It's funny. I heard Jeff Jackson being interviewed yesterday, and he talked about how they were looking for the most part, everyone was like, Edmonton needs a shutdown defenseman. Edmonton needs a Jacob Trouba. I believe I remember saying that. Like, they need a shutdown guy to play, it's Ekholm Bouchard, then it's Nurse in a shutdown. And Stan Bowman apparently was bullish, saying we need another puck-moving defenseman. And, now again, they took a big chance because John Klingberg looked like me with skates on.
Scrappy.
And, it was not good for the longest time. And he got hurt again. And I thought his career was done. And all he needed to do was get healthy and get up to speed. He's not a burner, but he's really smart and he's really good at moving the puck. So Jeff Jackson said yesterday in his interview, he goes, our biggest concern was getting out of the zone. You needed somebody who could pass the puck. And Bouchard can do it. He's really good, but he's high risk. Klingberg's a high risk guy, but he's a little bit more based. Like, I think he understands what plays he can do, what plays he can't, because he's a little bit more veteran, obviously, than Bouchard. And you're right, Rhett. Like, it almost be like this guy's a stabilizing force. He's playing in the 4 spot, and he was wearing a ball cap 3 weeks ago, but like, it's almost like everything's kind of, again, come together. What this team was envisioned, we didn't see it. Down the stretch, that wasn't the team because there was injuries and you weren't sure, is Frederick going to play? Is Evander Kane going to play? Can Klingberg come back? Like, there's all these giant question marks, and the guys weren't playing well. Zach Hyman didn't have a great year. RNH didn't have a great year. Stuart Skinner didn't have a great year. Evan Bouchard didn't have a great year. So you're going, I don't think Edmonton's going to make it past LA. All of a sudden they get it together and go, that's what the team they envisioned and signed together. And now you're seeing them one game away from making the Cup final again. And it'll be an uphill battle. I don't think Dallas is going to go away. But, Edmonton has been a resilient group, and they, on a nightly basis, they find a way to win.
Getting sick to my stomach here.
Yeah, enough of that. Now, if you were going to have a donut,
yes,
would you have a plain or would you have a jelly filled?
No jelly filled. Those are lazy. I don't like that. I'm not a jelly filled guy. I don't listen. I don't need fruit with my sweets.
Gotcha.
Donut. I don't need, hey, we're gonna put some jelly fill, and it's not even like real jelly. Like, it's
we went top shelf
or something.
This is mom and pop. Look. There's so much in it. It like comes up.
It's taking a donut.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It does look good, but it's not like, I'm gonna. It's an explosion of jelly.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Look out! It's dripping.
Yeah, it's gonna fall on your mic.
All right,
I was on national TV yesterday, and I had to lengthen my tie because I got some Swiss Chalet rib sauce on it. I was too lazy to go to my dressing room. Like, I'll just kind of wipe this down, put the tie, had my coat button right up. I'm like, all right, let's, people actually only knew what it was like. But honestly, the jelly, they're not my favorite. The plain, I'll give me a plain cake donut with some glaze, or, I like birthday cake ones.
Yep.
I'm a big pistachio guy. I've got a pistachio muffin staring at me right there, right on the counter. But I'm my son would love the jelly donut. But the problem is
pistachio paste back from Italy, because I know you like going to Italy.
Pistachio, the gelato. I eat pistachio gelato every day.
Paste. It's like in a tube. It's
yeah, I have some in the pantry there.
You go to Hawaii too. Have you had the malasada donut in Hawaii?
No.
You got to try that next time you're there.
Yes.
We could talk about Florida and Carolina, but I find it highly boring and irrelevant.
You know what? The law of averages, eventually they were going to win one game, right? I do believe that. Now, here's the other thing. I'm going to go out on a limb. I think Carolina might win tonight on home ice.
Yeah.
Like, I still think Florida wins the series, but I think Carolina, they needed something to go right for them the other day.
A lead? They needed a lead. They hadn't had a lead.
Yeah, they needed a lead. They needed Florida to, I mean, keep in mind, Florida all of a sudden, Reinhart didn't play. Mikkola looked like Bobby Orr. He didn't play. Number 10, what's his name? He's third, fourth liner, left shot. Greer didn't play as well. AJ Greer. Like, so, you know, they're a team that's nicked up as well. The one thing, there was one play that almost made me charge the mound yesterday. Or 2 days ago when I was watching the game, sitting on the couch and they're killing a penalty and Aho's out there. You know, Aho's the top player for them. And the puck bounces into the corner and he goes burning into the corner and he can get that and he can fire it off the glass, but he's going to have to take a hit to make the play. And
no bueno.
I'm gonna let whoever it was along the wall, Rodriguez, grab that because I don't want to get hit. And I was like, oh,
this time of year,
Rod Brindamore would eat the glass and crawl through it to get at him. But that was, I said, if you want an encapsulation of the difference between regular season hockey and playoff hockey and, the details, I was so disappointed. And I thought, I don't know if that's a carryover of Matthew Tkachuk just saying like chasing him around the ice and dummying him and nobody doing anything about it. I just don't know if Carolina is hardened enough. And it's not about fighting. It's about those 50-50 loose puck battles going, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this puck out because that could be the difference in the game. And Aho came up short on that one. And it hurt my heart because that's one where you show in the video room and go, guys, we need a play there. Mm. And that's the captain. That's not just
you don't even have to show it. Sorry to interrupt you, but I don't think you even have to show it because everyone on the bench is watching going, oh boy.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to make a point and go, why did Carolina lose? There's a laundry list of things, but it's that. It's plays like that where it's like, not today, Butch. Check, please. And that's the stuff that rattles me a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I do think that Carolina, they've got some players like a guy like Aho, Svechnikov. I think Jarvis is a good player. Stankoven, they've got guys who have skill and can move the puck, but they've been paralyzed. Like Florida has just literally dummied them. And, maybe they got a little bit of life last game. And on home ice with the last change, maybe you can get something tonight. But, I think Florida wins the series. And I should preference by all of my comments saying I've been completely wrong on everything this year.
Good.
So, I had
– Oilers are winning. That'd be great.
I had Tampa.
You were a big Tampa guy.
I had Tampa Winnipeg final. That's what I thought.
Nashville just missing as well.
And Nashville making the playoffs.
That's all right. Hey, you got to own it. And actually, I think Brindamore was asked about that play. Coach Sebastian Aho maybe pulling up a little bit on that puck in the corner. Your thoughts? Oh, all right. We've been using this. This is kind of this is a keeper.
This is the state of affairs in Raleigh. That's the image.
Because with all of it, you've got this guy who, like you say, would eat glass and crawl his way through it.
Yeah.
And watching a team
that's the thing. Like, you come to the bench after making a play like that and that's staring at you, you might as well just go in and take your gear off. Like, that's the thing. Like, because Rhett and I have experienced that look just with a little slightly older gentleman that grew up in Viking, Alberta. Yeah. And that's the look. But usually there would be a comment. Like, Rod is a pretty reserved guy. I think, Daryl would have a comment or two or 10 to back up that look for sure.
I have a couple things to bring up because I feel like I feel bad for the people that watch or listen to this show on a regular basis. It's about how great the Oilers are these days. It's painful for everybody.
Yeah, it is.
How do you feel about home security?
Well, I'm huge on it. You guys
Are you huge on it?
You guys
That's what I
know
heard.
I have 16 cameras at the house.
That's okay.
16.
That's weird. I better not.
Yes.
Say that.
Yes.
But
But I have a
reality TV show.
we have a live monitoring, like I have a live monitoring system that watches my house 24 hours a day.
Right.
Like, and you
Not
get
for your freak out parties.
no, I'm not
Baby oil?
not a creep. I'm just saying, like, I want to sleep at night, and you know where I live. It's become the hub of criminals and all of that type of stuff. I mean, we know how soft on crime this country has become. So, you know, in the end, you want to protect your family. So yes, I'm big on home security.
It just kind of came up. We had someone on the show. We had someone on the show last week, and Rhett was saying, I think, maybe talk to Jamie. An expert in the field of home security, and that Mike Commodore is in the field now.
I saw that bit where he's working for Axos or something like that. Or
you know a guy now if you need.
You're in. He's got tasers. He's got everything
Body
you
cams.
need.
that stuff's illegal. Like the only thing we're allowed here.
Come on.
The only thing we're allowed
illegal
for
Gray market.
bear spray and stuff like that. You gotta bear spray and bats. You guys know, like by every door, I can show you. Every door you see, there's a bat by the door there.
Jeez.
I'm hooked up. There's a bat at the front door there. Like
I'm glad you're safe, Noodlers.
Well, you gotta take care of what you can. You can take care of what you need to, control. But yeah, I am a big home security guy, and I did see the commie bit and all of that. But like, I don't know. Commie has. You think I have a unique set of friends? Commie has even times 10 type of thing. So, but yeah, I think everybody needs home security nowadays. You just don't know. You never know, right?
Well, here's a little more love for Mike. Here's expert Mike Commodore.
I'm getting hired to open some doors. So if you guys know anybody that this,
like literally, you're a doorman.
Here's what I'm selling. I'm selling tasers. I'm selling body cams.
I know the people.
And I'm selling all the software that comes with it.
Well,
Axon is the name of the company.
Spell it.
I'll tell you what, AXON. Even I can spell that, and I don't need AI to do it. I'll tell you what. I wish I would have given this advice like 4 or 5 years ago. Even in September, I went to a conference in Orlando. I went to a security conference. I'm in the security business now. I looked, I'm like, wow, what the fuck is this Axon? I knew what it was, but I'm like, what's their shares trading at? $400 a share. I'm like, that's too much. Like, yeah, I'm not buying that. I think as of we could check it today, but I think it's just under $800 a share.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we are cutting edge. Obviously, I'm not in charge of the technology.
No, you're opening doors.
I'm opening doors.
He'll be calling, Noodles. Look out.
He'll make you feel safe.
Yeah.
I would be fine if it wasn't him selling it. That's the
that's like it's a red flag.
What do you mean?
I love Commie to death, but it's like you're like Commie, come help. Hook up the system and it's backwards, or
They're smart enough. They wouldn't put him in that.
The alarm isn't.
And I'll tell you what,
not working or something like that.
We may take some credit. Those stock prices, look, they since last week they continue to rise.
Really?
So
Wow.
that's the Mike Commodore influence.
The barn burner bump.
Yep.
Next week when you're on, we're going to need your input on TV shows, series. I won't ask you now. We're going to let you go.
No, we don't. I got another question.
Yeah, it's got more questions. You want me out of here? It's not even. Is it 1 o'clock? Yeah, it's 1 o'clock.
All right.
No, I have another important question.
What do you got?
Well, people want the details about how Kippersoft tried to kill and drug you.
Oh yeah, in the Cilius boat. Yes.
You can't leave people hanging for more than a week on that.
All right. So I went to Finland to, train and work out with Kipper and stuff. And we had a great week. Remember the story I told at Kipper's, Jersey retirement where he was riding the electric bike. Yes. It was that week. Okay. So, we end up, we had a great week. He worked out, he stretched. I'm not lying. He'd watch a movie and he'd stretch for 3 hours. like doing the splits, all of this stuff. Like he was very in tune with his body. So he goes, we're going to go on a trip for one night. And apparently in Finland and Sweden, it's this boat called, I think it's Silius, Silias or something like that. And it's a duty-free boat. So you go on to the boat and you can buy stuff on the water or buy it in Sweden and bring it back to Finland. Apparently, like there's no taxes and no duty because you're on the water, something like that. Okay. So he would go on and I guess you buy whatever, chew and alcohol or whatever, but it's also, there's like a nightclub and there's like bars and like, it's like a crazy boat. And so we go on it, but Vesa Toskala comes too. And so Vesa, and all their buddies. So it's all these Finnish guys and me. And I didn't know this because I'm excited or whatever, time change. We're all drinking. Have you ever done this to your buddies? Well, they did it to me is my drinks are triples, theirs are singles. Oh. So I was like sideways, like an hour into the trip, maybe more, like, maybe 2 hours in the trip. And to the point where it was like, no, I'm non-functioning. And I had rented like these, you have a hotel room on the boat as well, where I was going to sleep and stay. I had no idea. I just remember being at a nightclub and just being hammered, and they were like feeding me drinks. Here, have this. And I didn't know it was like 3 times to their single. So they basically, I woke up, I'm not lying. I woke up in this room. I had no idea how I got there. I think my clothes were changed. I was like, there was a pocket. I lost 8 hours of my life and I had no idea what happened. And it was because of those two. So I will blame it on the goaltending tandem of the Flames from many years ago.
The old tandem.
Vesa, yes.
You know what? He's a bad friend.
Well, I mean, he was a good friend, but a bad friend because he was a good friend that he took care of me. He was a bad friend that I was poisoned that quickly. Because why would you want to be like, I would want to last the night and be dancing and enjoying myself.
It's not like you're not going to hang out.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I would have been the whole night and fired up to stay out all night. Instead, I'm sure, I have no idea if firemen carried me home because I have no idea how I got back.
Never seen the Noodlers in that bad.
And how were you to know that you were drinking strong beverages? Like
they knew it the next day. They were laughing about it. Like that. That's the other thing. Like it was
your sense of taste.
Like was there any part of you that said,
"Well, these are stiff,
man, stiff"?
You get the first one in you, and you might think
it doesn't matter. At that point, you're going, all right, this is. And keep in mind, you're in a different country. You're going, okay, this is their drink, whatever. Like you're just enjoying yourself. You're not. I don't think it was maliciously done. It was just like, hey, we're gonna make sure this guy has a good time and. I did have a good time. I woke up with a headache, though.
I'll tell you, it was not.
I don't like boats or anything, so things are moving, and oh my god, like
it could have ended a lot worse. Being on a boat, going blackout drunk. It's like, well, I don't know where he is. Is he
I know.
home with you?
That's the thing. So he did take care of me. I just was concerned about, how the process went down. Put it that way.
So. Remember back in the day, you had to buy the DVD sets?
Yeah.
Like,
I've got 3,000 DVDs in the basement.
Yeah. So what's the best one? Because I say it's Sopranos.
I like The Wire.
What?
The Wire.
The Wire's.
I've not watched The Wire.
The Wire is 5 seasons in Baltimore of the drug trade, the media, all of that. It's unbelievable. You haven't seen The Wire before?
No.
I
haven't seen Breaking Bad, The Wire.
Oh, see, Breaking Bad, Sopranos, The Wire. These are like top 5. Like if you look at top 5 series of all time, I think those would be in them. But definitely The Wire is really good. It looks at it from 5 different angles. It looks at it from the drug dealer's way, from the media's way, and it's all shot in Baltimore. And it's a great series. So yeah, I'm big on those series. Like I was
because Jack is a nice person, but a bit of a loser, and he's never seen The Sopranos or anything like
Just
that.
young.
We're like, dude, you.
Well, yeah, but the thing is even my show, we have like a 22-year-old producer. He's never seen like Forrest Gump. He's never seen any of the classic movies or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're like, well, who the hell would? They weren't even born when they came out. So why would you expect them to? I mean, I quote Slapshot. You know,
And they
quotes.
don't-
Half the people that listen to me have no idea. Like they've never watched Slapshot. They should. but they just have.
As soon as my kids turned 10, I made sure they saw Slapshot.
Keep in mind.
I want you to have a heart attack and die so that we never have to do this shit again.
Keep in mind, at the end of the day, some of these movies are not very politically correct, you know, so that's
Okay, it's time and a place. That's what
Blazing
movies are.
Saddles?
agreed.
I tried to watch Blazing Saddles on the plane. That like you couldn't get 30 seconds. Oh my god!
Well, Tropic of Thunder, Robert Downey Jr.,
what a
stuff like
show.
that. You got to, you know, time and place for sure. Even go back to Dumb and Dumber. Like there's, you know, your pets' heads are falling off. Like, you know, it's pretty. Kingpin. Think about Kingpin. Like, remember Woody Harrelson's like eating the yogurt? It's like, go outside, finish that off, and come back in and talk to me.
What is it about good sex that makes you have to take a crap? What is it? All these years later, still can't connect the dots on that.
Yes, there are some movies that are must see, but maybe it's the privacy of your own home.
Oh, Nudes, I'm happy you made it. I'm glad you didn't go. Don't
All
go dying on me now. Glad you
I would
didn't
have
go
gone
dying on that
overboard.
boat.
Like, you know what? I would have been Weekend at Bernie's. That's
Yeah.
what I would have been. Bernie Lomax.
There again, yeah.
Flipper had his way. Oh, well.
You're a good boy. We appreciate you.
All right, guys. We'll
Take
see
care
you.
of that bat.
See you, Noodles.
I will. Take
See
it
ya.
easy.
Jamie McLennan, the very best. There is only one. On the Insider Hotline, a presentation of Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating, your crystal clear choice for home comfort. 403-219-4100. And right now, I would think over the next 2-3 days,
Getting some calls.
you're gonna be saying, yeah, maybe this is. I just don't know how often we'll use it, and you're realizing you'll use it a lot. And
Still
that's the air
May,
conditioner.
and we're using.
Yeah. Yes, it is May, and it took a while, but the summer is here, and you will use it and love it. Crystal Waters, 403-219-4100, crystalclearcalgary.com.
What's your favorite temperature outside? 30's too hot.
Oh, yeah.
20 too low. 25. You want a little warmer?
You know, it depends on what if I'm having to accomplish things in life, 25's kind of, I don't need it hotter than that. 22, 20. But if I'm going to the lake, if we're out, you know, if
Beer
you're
on a
dressed
patio.
for it, yeah. Then let's
beside a pool. Let's crank it up.
Yeah, we can kick her to 27, 28. But if you're having to do stuff, it's like, geez, I got the swass going. I got pits. It's just fucking no good.
Oh no, see, that's the key, is that when it's too hot.
Yeah.
Can't be working in this weather.
I would do it. It's too hot.
It's like people who talk about Phoenix or whatever. It's so hot. It's like, well, it depends. Are you living there and having to accomplish life things?
Yeah.
Or you're
Yeah,
just
that'd be
in and
tough.
out of the pool.
Are you on a paving crew? That would suck.
That would be awful.
Are you
Tarring
in a pool?
rules.
That sounds great.
That's the shits.
Yeah.
But if you're there to just kind of drink 100 beers and sit in the pool and then go and have a nap because you're hammered in the
And
middle of the
not wear
afternoon in the air
clothes?
conditioning,
Yeah.
great spot.
Great.
No complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah, no complaints. Ah, how about Noodler?
Makes my day
He
better.
does make your day better. What a guy. I hope he's got bats by every door. I hope he's
Oh no, he's
It's a
great.
little
okay?
more paranoid than I thought.
That's why I was surprised with how well it came across, at least when his vehicle got stolen.
that he wasn't more rattled
Yeah,
It was
because
just
to
kinda-
me, I was like, oh, he will not like this.
because he got and then his parking in the same spot. He's just kind of. You'd think you'd maybe take some arrangements.
Mm.
Well, and with the kind of money,
What's another
he's
camera
making-
when you already got 16?
With the kind of money
Throw
he's
in the
making,
airport
he should have a
parking lot.
driver
Yeah.
anyway. So
Driver.
What a guy! Love that guy. He got very serious about hockey there. He does do that.
I
too,
know.
Noodles.
We try our hardest,
Yeah.
but he does.
Yeah, he gets
it's fine. We covered hockey now, so
Yeah.
we're good.
Coming up on the 18th of June, it is the inaugural Origin Malting and Brewing Golf Tournament in Strathmore, Strath Vegas.
Could be good.
I'll try and find out about the slaw/salad.
Yeah, we're
get-
gonna need to dig into this a little. Pinder
there-
was worried about the size of the dog. I'm a little worried about the slaw or the Caesar. What are we going
Caesar's minus 400 on Bet
It feels
365
like it, yeah.
and Slaw's plus 250. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where we're at.
I'll get some details
Thank
in
you.
time for tomorrow, just particulars, because it's a big part of what this is all about. I guess there is golf.
Well, what did you say about the reporters and showing up for the media available?
It's all about food.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
food.
If you're going to,
Steak.
boy, and I'll tell you what, I just have faith that this is going to be done right.
Yeah.
Of course, because they're doing it, not us.
Yeah, you're in Strathmore with these folks. June 18, it is a 4-person scramble, $520 per team. So 4 guys, $520.
That's
The day of golf.
105.
Some
No.
some tomfoolery and some shits and giggles. Steak dinner, prizes, 18 holes with the cart. Great day. And you're helping out a great cause, the Sutter Benevolent Fund.
Taking care of Central Alberta.
Go ahead.
I have a question. Back to the food part.
Yeah.
Garlic toast?
Ooh, it's a nice ad.
Or just those buns with the
It
butter?
might be buns. Buns are easier.
Yeah.
Buns are easier.
But I'm throwing it out there because I agree with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I
I
do, yeah.
totally agree with you.
Yeah.
100%.
Mhm.
But if they really want to step it up and they heard what I just mentioned,
Right.
there's some nice
You're such a...
garlic.
Challenge has been issued. Okay.
I have a story that I'll share in a moment. So register at the tap room, whether that's Calgary or Strathmore, because they have 2 of them now.
They do.
They have 2 of them. It says email crystal@originbrewing.ca for sponsorship and donations. If you'd like to do that, I'm sure Crystal could probably help you out there.
Say
too.
it one
I don't
more
wanna-
time for the people that are just listening.
crystal@originbrewing.ca. That's how you do it. I went on a fishing trip with Rhett one time. I guess more than one time, but the one time.
Do you realize that was the demise of my health, that fishing trip? But
What?
go ahead.
Well, okay, I'll tell the story and then
I've
you can
jumped
tell
ahead.
me more. Jack, have you ever gone on a fishing trip?
No, I haven't.
It's the best. I mean, we love fishing
Jack,
as a
you'd love
kid. But you and your dad or whatever, you're getting the boat and you make sure you got the rods and if you got gas and you get
It's a
bait.
real adventure.
Yeah, it's great. But there's also something to be said about going on the guided trip.
Where
Where
everything's
you don't worry about boats or gear, any of that. There's breakfast in the morning. You wake up, breakfast is made, bagged lunches for the boat. You come back, they're cleaning all the fish, dinner's ready. You sit around, have drinks. Well, it's tremendous. I don't remember what it was, what the food item was, but this creature beside me on day 2 or 3 of the trip decided there was some pastry or some. It's like, oh, that's really good. He wrote a note to the chef saying, hi, let's say Beth is her name. Hi,
Hey, Beth.
Beth. Just want to say thank you for everything. It's been so great. Man, I don't know if you have any more of those
Blank.
cinnamon buns from yesterday, but gosh, it would sure be great if they happened to show up in the morning.
They were splendid.
Ha, ha, ha. Signed, Dean.
Oh my
Slides the
God.
note in.
No. You're such an ass.
And of course, it'd be one of those things to be like, well, geez, it's a bit of effort to make
Yeah, not easy.
cinnamon buns or whatever it was.
But
So
if Dean
sure,
really needs them.
so sure as shit, we go for breakfast the next morning. And say, hey, cinnamon buns, that's pretty good. Well, I know you like them. I know you wanted them, so I got up early and made sure we had them for you. Is she crazy? What's she talking about, man?
She's like,
nut job.
I haven't said anything
why
about it.
hasn't this guy been more thankful? I
This guy's
just grinded my ass at 5 a.m. to make these.
Yeah, maybe wrote a note saying how much I love the cinnamon buns.
You're an ass.
I know how much you like them.
Who,
I got up a little early.
who suffered? Nobody suffered. Everyone was a winner.
Dean suffered.
I mean,
But cinnamon buns is your reward, so probably worth it.
it was probably all right. Gosh, fishing trip.
I'm going.
And you said that turned your health around? That
Yeah, that's right. What's
For
part
the
B?
worst?
Well,
cinnamon
might
buns
not have been
addiction?
that one. I think we did 2 or 3 in a row there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd gotten myself in shape. Remember, I was doing the
You and Cooney doing the Tybo.
Yeah, some Tybo,
Billy
Mandich.
Blanks. Yeah.
Anyway, I was in
Uh-huh.
shape, and I went on the fishing trip with Dean to the guided and
Mhm.
food and the
Seconds,
all
thirds,
the
Dessert.
and I'd have had a very strict diet. I was in game shape, babe. I was
Mhm.
actually in better shape than I would have played.
Really?
And I remember mentally saying, I don't care. I'm eating whatever the F I want
I've earned
this
this.
trip. And since then, I have not stopped. That's a decade ago.
Since then,
Yep.
that day,
That day, I
That
still
trip.
remember it was when they had
It's your decade
it
of
was the
darkness.
log one. They did
yes,
the outdoor.
the outdoor kitchen and
Yes.
eating spot. What a place.
I just said, I don't give a F. I'm eating it.
You know, it's
I actually think it was lasagna and garlic cheese toast.
you're like a cat. That was one of those days. It sounds. Oh yeah, you guys are. I remember at the time it being one of those things. No one's going to believe this story, but it was me. There was three to a boat, so it was Rhett and myself and your cop buddy,
Kurt,
who pours a hell of a beer and clam.
he's
Really?
great.
Oh man,
Good.
hell of a beer and
Always
clam.
at the ready, never surprised.
And I think maybe it was around here because Rhett wasn't really, clean living, right?
Mm.
Wasn't really having any drinks or whatever. And we're out in the water and it's a nice day, but fishing's kind of slow, but you're not really too concerned about it. It's still morning or whatever. And I'm having beers and clams with your buddy.
Fuck up.
It's like, are you not having a drink or what? Oh no, I haven't done. I swear to all the loved ones that I've lost in my life, Warner grabs a Corona, pops the top,
Oh, yeah, I was going to drink that.
double
there.
header, like almost
Back to
instantly.
back.
Fishing. Boom, boom. Same
Bang,
time.
bang. We had double headers the rest of the way.
Fishing was
The
unbelievable.
most unbelievable day of fishing ever.
Right from the pop of the cap.
Never. I did it fished as a kid. This was maybe the second or third trip we had gone on. We hauled in fish like crazy. It's like, have we got two on again? And we kept like cod.
Get a third rod out there. Keep catching them.
We were tired of catching fish. We let the guide say, you got to go for a while. My arms are freaking killing me from hauling in all these fish.
What kind of fish are
Then
you
he's
catching?
bringing in fish. I don't even know
Big
what.
salmon?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
salmon,
salmon.
but there was
We
halibut
went for
and
halibut,
cod,
too.
and
Good.
he hauled in this one.
Look at the boom cat.
There's the boom.
Look at that.
Oh man. Yeah, that was with no word of a lie, the greatest day I've ever had on the water. And it started
weather
as
was-
soon as you had your first Corona
Yeah, I
of the day.
wasn't going to drink.
Yeah, you were. Well, yeah, you
Well,
were.
and then you can't stop. Now it's like, well,
Yeah,
Jesus,
you
I'm
were all
not going to
fit.
screw it up for everyone else. I'm a team player my
Yeah.
whole career.
Maybe changing your underwear on a winning streak.
No, I wore the same suit whole year.
That's right. You were really doing it. You were a big deal one time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
there's
did
a
this
time you
bit.
were a
Stop
big
it.
deal.
We did this yesterday.
Oh man. Maybe
Good
we should take Jack on a fish, or like, take your kid or whatever.
Jack's like our kid, isn't he? We're like collectively parenting him.
Well,
A little bit.
it's kind of like that. Yeah, it is kind of like that. We'll do the Pinder Report.
Let's get it.
Yeah, let's do the Pinder Report. They want those. We keep saying it, but it's about pre-owned. You know what they've got in the lot. The selection is tremendous for new. They've got the CRV and they've got the Pilot, and they have
Special
got
arrival
the
coming
Civic,
soon.
and they've got the Ridgeline. But yeah, we're going to unveil not so much a new product, but some changes and upgrades made to one of the successful products in the Honda line coming up. And they want you pre-owned, putting their money where their mouth is. You get a deal done, cash in 24 hours, no obligation. Go online, villagehonda.com presents.
All right, fellas, let's start with Calgary Flames with FlamesNation.ca and with Rasmus Anderson, who, well, showed up on Frank Seravalli's trade targets board for the offseason at number 6.
9.
Close. Now, that means 5 guys more likely to be traded, perhaps, but the intrigue around Rasmus certainly is high with the window to extend him coming July 1. Do he and the Flames value him the same on what's probably a crack at his last contract in the NHL and his only chance at free agency in a year? Here's what Frank wrote. This is where the rubber meets the road for Rasmus Andersson in Calgary. Fish or cut bait?
Yeah.
Small. Anderson presents great trade value even after a relatively down year for a right shot defenseman with an edge, double-digit goal scoring ability, and a very reasonable cap hit. The Flames aren't in a rush. They'd have no problem hanging on to him until the deadline, potentially watch his stock rise even higher. This is going to be the summer of mulling over the future of Rasmus Anderson.
You can take me away. On one hand, as much as I was just talking about how much I love fishing, in this, I might be cutting bait in this scenario.
Really?
I think we got in a very heated debate about this in like January, but yes, the more we watch, the more I think we look at what's coming, look at what he is.
You want to
put yourself in the shoes of his agent. What are you going to ask for?
It still comes back to whatever you're going to get in a trade. If you don't get
100%.
options, then you're going to. I think to a certain extent we maybe overblow how the wheels are going to fall off this guy. All of it, just
Matthias Ekholm. Who are the Oilers dying to have?
Yeah, like a 36, 37-year-old. Yeah.
So that's been through the ringer. It could end up that way.
If you talk about it, 8 years, really 9, and how I don't think it's going to be bad for 4 years.
Anyway,
it's a good player.
Yeah, and Michael Backlund's on the wrong side of 35 and still skates really well, but you want skating to be a strength if you're going to lock a guy up into his mid-30s. No, again, Corey Perry, perfect example of the outlier here. Not a great skater, outlier, brains elite. Rasmus is a very good player right now. Just what he and his camp want, match the Flames. Stay tuned. Coming to a July near you. To the NHL last night. Rope Hintz returned to the lineup. Did not take morning skate. Walking boot. Promptly took some wax on top of the foot. But he was ready to go. This is him in his stall. I don't know if we can zoom in on this. Jet fuel. He must have drank out of the yellow bottle, though, because the Dallas Stars lost this game.
That one is diarrhea.
Oh, diarrhea on the right. Jet fuel on the left. Well, whoops. Shoot. I really meant to go for the orange. Damn it. It was an Oilers victory.
Way to go, Rupert.
And they have a 3-1 stranglehold after a 4-1 victory with 2 empty netters. Dallas played well, but certainly didn't have a lead, didn't outscore the Oilers. Going to need to do some of that stuff.
Yeah, start there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't ever have the lead and you don't outscore the other team, going to be tough. Now, bad news for Edmonton. Zach Hyman, toast, done for the season. It's been reported elsewhere that this is a broken wrist and or wrist surgery, and that's a huge blow. He was a physical force for the Oilers, not to mention the guy that, 50-plus goals a year ago. It's been awesome. Very, very good player they delete from their top 6.
Yeah, he's been great. He's got speed, scores, checks.
Next.
Here's a guy that's actually having a much better playoff than I ever expected. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins was the first overall pick way back when, but this is absolutely the best series he's had in the playoffs. He has 4 multi-point games in a row to start the conference final. That's impressive. That's a guy that I don't want to say picked up the slack, but he's been an impact maker. And again, 2 points last night. In fact, here he is amongst the greats for most points.
Toe Blake, Dean.
How's that? 8 points through the first 4 games of a conference final. Wayne did it. Wayne did it. Glenn Anderson did it. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins did it 8 times. Yeah, it's a nice list of former Oilers back when goalies used to wear like horsehair in their pads and stand up to make saves. That's an impressive list to be on.
He's a good, good player.
Let's keep moving.
Good guy.
Frank again. Oilers and Panthers feeling like it could be on collision course again. Both a win away from the Stanley Cup final. We don't see a lot of back-to-back rematches. Back-to-back. We have in 08-09 with Detroit and Pittsburgh. Also, we saw the Wings and Penguino. I just mentioned that one, actually, 08-09. Islanders, Oilers in the early 80s. Bruins and Habs, 77-78. Blues and Habs in 68-69. Very rare.
Blues.
Didn't even know they were around then. Okay, good. Blah, blah, blah. That's when they had the expansion team division against the original 6th division. You're like, oh, you're going to get pumped. All the teams that existed against the new Dusters.
You lose.
Yeah.
That one division's a little better than the other. Okay, let's keep moving. Mikko Rantanen, we're waiting. Here's the thing. You got to pick between Carolina and Dallas. It didn't matter. It was the same hallway. You're down 3-1, bud. Been quiet.
Yeah.
Waiting, Mikko. Saw some flashes last night, but we need you on the score sheet, bud. Here's the thing. This guy, now fans go crazy. Tattoos. He's got a tattoo of every Rantanen goal of the series. Ready for it? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's makes a good point. That's so dumb.
You didn't have to put that out there. That's terrible.
Let's look at a doppelganger. Do you see this one, Rhett, last night? A pastor in Edmonton is literally
I love
like the doppelganger
I love it.
of Knobloch. Incredible.
Now, do you think he's leaning into it, or is he just a nicely dressed?
He did have a sign that said, "I'm the real Chris Knobloch," so I think he's leaning into it. Yes.
Because being a pastor, maybe you dress nice.
No, he was one of the cool pastors, I think, not the uptight one. Gene Principe did a great job, as he always does, telling that story, which is pretty funny.
One thing about the Oilers,
I was just thinking if I move on.
Paul McLean had the great one in Ottawa. Remember him with the big mustache?
Yes,
that was great. Then
there's that one behind the bench in Dallas.
Does that look like the bar?
Is that what it's supposed to?
Two huge.
I just kind of glaze over as soon as I see it.
He's got the big bald head and
the
big round.
Oh, right.
Spherical. New coach in Boston, Marco Sturm, famously traded for Joe Thornton with some other parts. Next head coach of the Boston Bruins. Okay. You still Seattle and Pittsburgh, your chance, Red. Last two openings.
Just said I was blacklisted or blackballed.
Well, I know you said it, but do you actually believe that to be true?
Oh, for sure.
I just don't know who these two losers
Idiots,
are.
yeah,
You said you were
Big Human
hanging out with.
Noodles.
Back to you, Ryan.
You know what we need in hockey? Outdoor games in Florida. That's what Gary Bettman said. Decision-making people, and here we go. The Winter Classic in Florida. Coming to a January 2nd near you in Miami.
All right.
Okay.
Sure.
I see. That's stupid.
I said it'll be nice for the two-time defending Cup champs
Get a little time
to have an outdoor game.
Yeah, a little spotlight. Now,
do it on the beach if you're going to do it. Do it right.
There's a thing that's happening in our part of the world, because there are passionate fans and there are casual fans, and there are those that say it's a Canadian team, we should be cheering them on, and it's like, oh, they're in Alberta, we should cheer for them, to suggest that rivalry isn't a thing in sport. And it's just the worst when you see people just flipping coins what jersey they're going to wear. So here we have this is the guy who screwed up Marlowe. Oh my goodness. I love the Oilers, the Boston. Hey.
It's odd because he was just starting to win me over.
That's right. Yeah, it was so close. Now, wasn't this the mayor of Calgary? Huh. The worst, folks. The fans that think they can wear both jerseys in a rivalry.
I want to say something.
I know you do.
Frickin' Ninja. Tonight, let's get to the action. Carolina, Florida. 1 game, 8P.
Although if he does for the Oilers what he did for Marteloup.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
we have to bring down the Hippo tank and build a new one. It's only going to take 100 years.
Whoa, let's stop things moving through here.
Yeah.
There's a guy in a fluorescent jacket that stands in the alley waiting for traffic to direct. That's his job today.
Yeah.
In the alley.
Oh,
There's you know what? There's a
the
few
alley,
of them
I don't
around
think
there.
you can get there from.
Yeah. I like when they put, when they're kind of sitting at the plate where there's only one way to go.
Mhm.
It's like, I can't go straight or left. And unless I do a U ball and go back, I can only go the way that you're pointing. So thank you.
Yep. $20 an hour. Great stuff. Probably more. That's your game tonight, 6 p. Memorial Cup, we got better news for Alberta.
All
Okay.
right.
The Medicine Hat
I was
Tigers
going
are
to
flying
ask
the
this.
flag.
So, like, we're all Tigers fans now because it's from Western
Ever
Canada?
since your son got drafted by them,
Yes,
we
'cause
have jumped
we're
on
loyal.
big time. We love Kelly Rudy
Gronk
and
is
Sweet
going
Willie,
to be a great
Sweet,
Tiger.
Sweet Willie D,
So we really do.
Brock
Sweet Willie
Lesnar's
D.
kid,
Yeah.
baby Gronk, the whole thing. 3-1, big victory over London.
Didn't deserve it.
Big goal from the bottom six. Nice little wrap at the side of the net.
Goalie
Put him up
was good.
2-1.
Man,
Goalie was sensational. Nice breakaway save.
Look at retro. He's all it's,
Oh, yeah. He's got the PJs on now.
You're invested. I like
What?
it.
That was.
Big Daddy.
What would I watch more? That
Yeah.
game last
Yeah.
night or the other one that was?
I took a little pause. I needed a breather. I needed the timeout. I went and watched Medicine Hat for a bit.
Yeah.
I'll flip to the other one.
Here's Pike explaining the rest of the tournament. Okay, so
Oh God,
Today-
it's not that hard.
Rimouski played. Winner of that game will face London on Friday, and then the winner of that game goes to the final against.
Thank
West.
God Pike's out there doing this. But folks, if you're relying on Pike to get through life, you just take a
Jeez.
pause. Let's have a
You said-
reset.
You saying you can't trust Pike? What do you mean?
I'm saying you 100% can trust Pike, stating the obvious facts
Is
that
he-
you should be able to
is
figure
he-
as a human being on your own.
Is he jealous of the wrench?
I'm not sure what's happening.
Why do we call it the Pinder Report? It's just Pike bullshit that we just have, and then we wouldn't get the stupid videos.
Here's
Pike
why-
would be much better at
Here's
this.
why Rhett's so salty. He was at a ball game yesterday,
Yeah.
sitting front row,
Wow,
paid
yeah.
up big, expensive tickets, best seat in the house. Look at it. There he is, right behind the batter,
Yeah.
right where the bat is. Look at him.
Put your sunglasses on your eyes.
Nothing in two. Swinging a foul right back into the screen to stay alive.
I
Shoot.
just thought that it was
And
ball.
that is our first
Damn.
beer victim.
Oh, sorry, Rhett.
Um,
I'd be
That guy's
salty.
going to buy him a beer, right?
That's an incredible splash, by the way. That really could spray any direction. That's worthy of an adult film. Like that's right on the spot. Calvary FC is on TSN this weekend. The next match is in Forge against Stinkin' Forge in Hamilton.
Mhm.
3 Mountain, TSN. Check it out. Other action. We've got a Steelers update for Jack. It's been too long. Some of the greats are weighing in. Terry Bradshaw on Rodgers and the Steelers. That's a joke. Are you kidding me? That guy needs to stay in California. Go somewhere, chew on bark, and whisper to the gods out there. End quote.
See, ordinarily you think,
So
well, that's a fake quote. Except, it's Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw, yeah.
So yeah, it's probably. So it's
It's
on
low.
potentially just for people that are listening.
Mhm.
It hasn't been done.
Well, they have 2 quarterbacks. That's it. Most quarterback rooms have 3 or 4. And Mason Rudolph's not a starter in the
I was
NFL.
gonna say, I'm not
Everyone's
sure
just
they have
waiting for them to sign Rodgers.
They have 2 guys who have played the position.
Yeah, they definitely have a backup and a third stringer.
Have you seen these new AI robots?
Okay.
They're
Robots can't play in the
Tomlin
NFL.
and the Steelers are ahead of the curve. They're
Oh,
going
boy.
to bring in what?
Chew on bark and whisper to the gods out there. That's what they do in California.
Now, you guys know that they do the video game cover, the curse. So whoever gets on
Yeah.
the cover, like
Yeah.
in that league, they get cursed. I think NCAA released their cover. Wonder what this is. Oh boy,
That's Bill. He also loves fishing.
Big fish.
I think he's cursed, boys.
Caught some. Got a mermaid.
He might have bit off a little more than he
Yeah.
can chew that one.
I'd throw it back.
Where fish or cut bait? Just the
Cut
rest.
bait.
Cut bait. Okay.
Yeah,
A lot of fish out there, Bill.
lot. I was thinking about that the other day. Just the age gap.
Oh, 50 years.
Good
It's like
conversations.
I know how old I am,
Oh,
so I know how that gap would work. Oof, Bill, dude. Anyway, who are we to judge, guys? Bill's happy. Look how happy he is.
he's happy in that photo, Dean.
Yep.
Let's move on. It's bear season on the Pinder Report, so let's get some. Everyone's coming out of hibernation, right?
Oh, bear.
And we saw that the Gators doing this in Florida.
Excuse me.
Over to peanut butter.
Have you accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior?
Can we count on your vote in the upcoming election? Okay, get out of there, bear. But they're friendly sometimes, Rhett. Huh?
No,
Look at
they're
this.
not.
See, fish. There's Rhett fishing on the riverside, having a day. And he's just saying, "What's that tackle you got in your?"
Hey, you got any of that jerky left?
That's a big bear.
The bear's been fighting.
Just coming right through. Scooch. If I could scooch by.
Oh, you like fish too? Yeah. We know you spent a lot of time on the diamonds the last few weeks, Dean. So we did a little educational video for everyone else. What you've already learned. There's a lot of different baseball moms out there. Here's the different types. This is the, mom who has every single thing in the purse. Mom who will continually not stay out of the dugout. Yeah. Got to get in there and adjust Timmy's belt or something. Okay. What other moms do we got on the baseball team? Shit talking on the app because you got to.
That's right.
You got to keep score.
Yeah.
Like that should have been an out. It should be 3 outs in the 4th. I can't believe he made that call. Timmy was safe at second for sure. And then no chair mom standing. Don't know if you have one of those in your team. That's okay. And then what other moms have we got on the team here? Always lose the kid. Where the kid go? Has anyone seen Robert? Anyway, cute. Didn't know how many moms.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Do it with the younger kids that are running around when you walk out of the pub and your kid's on top of another kid stroking them.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Talk to you, Ryan.
Take that.
Everyone's looking for a life hack.
And then you yell over, "Are you winning?"
Speaking of winning, life hack, casino.
Coats.
There's the massage gun on the button. It's stupid. And finally,
again, people are putting this. I can't you play it, which is as bad as anything.
Yeah, I'm
the fact that
encouraging
this is being put out onto the internet for some reason.
This is only the best of the best too. Imagine the shit that
Yeah.
doesn't make the cut.
This is the
Finally,
high.
I don't know that this tweet is true because not everything on the internet is factual. No, I'm free. Sorry, my bad.
Wait.
Let's save this for tomorrow. Let's just go to the next one. We got to tee it up perfectly. So maybe it's not true, but it does feel it just might be right. The Panama Canal was constructed in less time than the city of Calgary has taken to upgrade Martin. Years of construction and is still an unholy bleeping mess down there. The city's devastated. It was once a fantastic little community. Those poor businesses. Panama Canal was like one of the more difficult engineering feats in the history of mankind. I'm not sure that it's taken longer, but
it's
but little known fact: if you just come in from the one side of the Panama,
from the east, you're fine.
You won't even know there's anything going on.
So it's when you come from the Pacific, not the Atlantic. That's the trouble.
I do appreciate that they've got there's 100 shot, whatever it is.
Thanks for shopping.
In the spot where you can't get to.
Yeah. It is an experiment of human patience, to be sure. And I do like Ryan setting everyone's nerves at ease with if you're coming in from the west side, if you're coming from the east, you don't.
You got to take sifting off elbow. Come on now.
I feel bad for
I'm
Marlo.
sorry, business owners. Poor ice cream shop never opened. Not a single day.
No. Gelato. Where'd you go, Gelato? Yeah.
That's your Pinder Report on a Wednesday.
Brought to you by Village Honda, Northwest Auto Mall, and villagehonda.com. More details on our we're about 3 weeks away.
Yes, secret event. Top secret.
Because again, I think we talked about it before. They were getting that big kind of sheet cloak thing all dry cleaned and pressed. And
is that a silk? What is it? It's fancy.
It's very fancy.
Satin, shimmery.
Because it's got to be able to go.
See, they CRISPR'd those spiders and now they shoot red silk out their ass. It's true. Red silk.
Red silk.
Done.
Okay.
It's true.
We could do the Bet365 bets.
Yeah, that's it.
Sure.
You got one hockey game tonight?
Want to get in on the action? You want to get in on it? Stanley Cup playoffs at Bet365. They got you game props, player props, totals, and the money line. You can even bet on futures like series winners, conference champions, Stanley Cup champions, and much, much more. Whatever your bet is, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app. Get in on the game. Official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Must be 19 or older.
Couple bets going baseball against the Jays today. They are not using good pitchers. The Rangers are. They've struggled to score runs. They stranded 10,000 base runners yesterday, a new record. And I got a little parlay on the Panthers and the Canes under the 5.5, and the Panthers to finish up and move on to the Stanley Cup final, which feels inevitable.
Yeah, and Jamie said he felt like it was Carolina's. So
no, and again,
he's in a good spot there.
Yeah, and so here's the thing: Florida's minus 125 on the money line, not a ton of value. Unders minus 130. Parlay those plus 218.
Bingo. Yep. Very nice.
You can pick your own though. It's all there on the app.
Very nice. And you know what? Sometimes when you complain, it's worthwhile.
Good
when
things happen.
Sometimes.
Greasy wheel?
Sometimes the greasy wheel gets it done, because on the super chat, we're getting some money today for the youth centers of Calgary. Yes, sir. Helping make a difference. Shane G, $5. Shake my head. Pinder's hat makes him look like Darth Helmet from Spaceballs. Can someone please teach this guy what a proper fitting hat is supposed to look like?
Listen, I have a lot of hair that used to be here under this hat. I have to adjust potentially.
Leave Ryan alone.
There have been a lot of 80s TV and movie references today.
Spaceballs
Some 90s. Spaceballs is deep. Darth Helmet, you'll have to Google.
That's the shoveler's favorite movie ever, I think.
For Rick Moranis.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good sense of humor. I like that.
With Darth Helmet.
Thanks for the $5, Shane.
Yeah, thank you, Shane. And how about this one? Ronnie
Hey!
B, $100. Hey, guys, you occasionally mention Fort St. John in various conversations. What and who has the connection with that part of the country? I was born and grew up there. That's from Ron.
My first paying job in radio/media was the summer of 06. I moved to Fort St. John to work at Moose FM. 80s, 90s, whatever.
Right.
Hosted afternoons and did play-by-play for the senior AAA Flyers and the junior B Huskies. Worked there for a year. And then you guys, of course, had a speaking engagement there once.
I was going to say,
Was it there?
I think so.
Yeah.
There was some confusion and still is. Rhett and I, although I think it was Rhett, and then I just got, that's how it works. I got lumped in to go and do, it was like a sportsman's dinner or some kind of an event in Fort St. John. And Rhett booked the flights to Fort McMurray.
Right half of the country. Wrong
I
province.
didn't know there were more forts up there. How many do you need?
You would think if they're that close in, like similar, and they got to be right beside each other,
Yeah,
like
it's the forts.
Battlefords, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
No. Luckily, though, made a quick pivot.
The energetic city.
I need to change a flight. Okay. Departure time? Not so much. No. Okay. Date? No, the date's right. I'm sorry, sir. I'm wrong town.
Wrong fort.
You booked a flight to that's correct. All right, I'll just do this and
How's your CTE?
yeah. That was so long ago.
Did you guys speak of the Oilmans? That's usually the big
Yes.
event up there. Everyone gets pissed up and has a great time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bunch of good hockey players up there too. Their senior teams are always phenomenal.
Dean didn't
I believe that.
Dean, what?
play.
That was the only time I was told to drink on air in my media career. There was the Oilman's Bonspiel. My boss said, look, if you don't drink, they're going to shred you. So you should probably have a few along the way. We'll just cut you off when you start slurring.
So that's where it started. Like with Rhett and the fishing trip and the
Yes.
falling off. That was
Yeah, that was me.
that makes sense. Well, thank you for the $100. That is very generous.
Awesome.
That is very generous. And then Lowell is back in F the Oilers. Yeah.
It's not working.
Nothing's working.
We need to back to the drawing board on
nothing's
some
working.
ideas here.
To the point, I wonder if anything done on the outside, is any of it having an effect?
There's a feel of destiny.
Western Conference destiny, let's hope.
Keep your hopes up.
I was going to say sometimes we have like the jackometer kind of thing, and we have bars and graphs and charts and that sort of thing. Just we could have the what's the bleep meter at?
Out of 10?
Mine's gone. I'm not even in the emotional phase of my life as
You know
far
what
as
he's
this team
This is a classic coping technique.
Yeah.
He's accepted the worst outcome as his fate,
Yeah.
and now he's moving on.
I saw what was coming. I said it. I gave it voice, and now I can't.
So then if it doesn't happen, it's a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, this is the
But if it
happiness
does,
section.
you're very prepared for it.
Yeah, meter
I-
is
I think the meter is at
9,
100
9.5,
because
yeah,
I think
out of
that
10.
there's a lot, like I just said, there's a feel to what's going on out there.
Now, Hyman news helps a little.
Yeah, but I say I feel
Not
like,
enough.
Yeah,
Not taking pleasure in their misfortune, but if you were the Florida Panthers, you'd much rather play the Oilers without Hyman than with.
oh, they probably like Reinhardt back.
Well, Reiner's day to day. He's not done for the season. So I don't know what the kind of chicanery they're pulling with the timelines, but we know one guy's done for the year,
Yeah.
not two.
So yeah, Canes and Panthers tonight. Every other night we got hockey moving forward here.
Every night. Yeah, until they're over.
Yeah, every night. Every other night for the series. I see there's some photos. Rhett went through the catalog.
Just
Well, you know what?
inspired.
Spirits, we need to bring them up a little bit.
Boost
We'll head
morale
out
here. Yeah.
with
That's right.
Whoa. How much was that? How much did that weigh?
that was just under the tie, which is what, 30?
I think so.
What is that? Word you
30
just said?
pounds is the
It's called a tie. It's
tie.
cheating. They call it. If you get you, you're
I think that was
supposed
the
to row out in your own canoe and
Yeah.
catch it by yourself.
Yeah.
And then it's so anyway.
I
you
think
had a
that was
certain
the
weight.
first like ocean
Wow.
salmon that I had ever, that was the first one that I ever caught.
Where are you guys here?
Bella.
Bella,
Near
British
Bella.
Columbia.
So is that by Queen Charlotte's? Are we talking?
It's mainland.
Oh,
right?
mainland. Okay. Yeah.
Even though we flew to the island, to whatever that place was, and then would fly back
Yeah.
to get over there. Anyway,
Circuitous.
Oh, wow. It's a pose there.
Look at him.
hello, ladies.
You got the dad shoes on there.
There's
Oh,
Bondo.
wow.
Look at Bondo rocking it.
Holy.
Jack, if you could zoom in.
Bondo was bombed that day.
Yeah,
Shirts
Bondo.
off or
Look at the
Kipper's off.
bottle. We're
Holy.
drinking right out the bottle.
Jeez. Look at retro.
It's the champion. He was recently celebrated as a champion. Old Bondy.
I don't know if I should.
Yeah, well,
Do you know what that picture is?
I probably do. Yeah.
I think if you zoomed in on that boat, I don't think we should though, Jack.
Just leave it be.
Do it on your phone.
I got an idea what that is too.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving, shall we?
Yeah. Happy.
Yeah, a lot of smiles
You
there.
were, hey, look at
at the
you. You're in
flow
great
on that.
shape.
Oh,
You
You look like you're on that
look at my
70s show. Look at that
neck, my
quaff.
chin.
You look like you're in the what's his name's basement, you stoner.
Look at you.
God, here we sit.
Here we are. Yeah. Celebrating and loving days of yore. So yeah, Jack, you got to go on a fishing trip.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Yeah.
We were talking about a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
Very fun. Well, back to reality.
And no fish.
I gotta sit in a dentist chair for an hour.
Oilers went away from the Cup final.
Yeah.
Got to walk 9 blocks to get to my car. Stinking Marta Loop. Full day
Friggin' Nenshi.
today. Freaking Nenshi. No question. Well, I got to press the button.
It's a better day today.
Yeah, see you, buddies.